Hello, White Sox fans, and happy mid-August. It is a beautiful Monday night sunset, even though the picture is not quite picking it up. What a week we had last week. Very big highs and lows. The White Sox only won 2 games last week. Although the games they won big, 11-1 against Minnesota, and then of course winning maybe the most memorable game of the year, maybe the most memorable game of the 2000s so far. Of course, the Field of Dreams game. It was not a great day for Liam Hendriks, and of course he has some struggles. Nobody is more excited to see the Yankees leave town than Liam. But outside of that falter, the White Sox, what a game that was. The Field of Dreams game was really just such an exceptional thing. So great for Major League Baseball. In a league that doesn't get attention or accolades very much, I think they got more positive press than they've ever gotten in the span of 1 week, perhaps. Let's dive into it and look ahead at the week ahead. This is the video where you will make your pick-to-click predictions. I will have a big leaderboard update video out this coming week, during this week, so we will get caught up soon. It is going to be a tough week ahead. But first, before we look at the schedule, let's take a look at what's going on as far as the roster is concerned. It was during that Field of Dreams game. I guess Liam Hendriks wasn't the only one that didn't have a great day. Yasami Garcia, in trying to make a catch at the wall, ended up hitting his head on the wall. The broadcast didn't capture it very well, but Yasami Garcia going up to make hopefully a home run saving catch ended up hitting his head on the wall. I think there must have been some bit of an overhang behind the fence or over the fence. I'm not quite sure. We did not get a good look at it. Anyway, he has had some lingering concussion issues, so he went on the concussion protocol list just at the end of last week, earning Danny Mendick a call-up. And I just saw before going live that Adam Eaton, who was also removed from that game, he had a bit of a groin pull injury, which he took a couple of days off for. Turns out he was not able to avoid an injured list stay. In a number of related moves that are not going to affect your picks because they are pitching related, Mike Wright Jr. has been selected from AAA, and I'm very excited to see a starting pitcher get the call. Carlos Rodon is on the 10-day injured list, but he's expected to miss more than the 10 days. He's expected to come back around the 23rd through the 26th of August, so that'll be a couple of weeks off, which, hey, listen, this is the time to rest guys, get guys totally right, totally healthy before we head into the postseason. So take those extra days off now because we won't be able to do that in late September into October, hopefully into late October. Ryan Burr was called up to provide a little bit more depth in the bullpen because Matt Foster was sent back down. Foster has had some ups and downs throughout the season. Overall, it has not been a great 2021 for him. Some of that fault does, I have to acknowledge, goes to some misusage by La Russa at the beginning of the season. He was looking really good down in the minor leagues. He came back up, had some good days, had some bad days. Of course, the White Sox had to make room for Wright to join the team, and that meant clearing up some space on the 40-man roster, which meant Zach Birdy was designated for assignment. This is very surprising. If you look back, he was a first-round pick of the White Sox in 2016. In the spring training of 2020, which of course then baseball was shut down for half a year and little things happen in the world. I thought Birdy had a good chance of making the team. He was looking exceptional that spring training, and he got a couple of shots in the big leagues, really limited action, did not fare very well, and overall he had a pretty bad year in the minor leagues as well. But coming into this season, Fangraphs ranked him, Zach Birdy, as our number 6 overall prospect. So technically right now he is no longer a White Sox. It is absolutely possible he will re-sign a minor league deal, but when he gets outrighted off a 40-man roster, he's exposed to going anywhere. He's a free agent, and chances are there's some team that's going to say, hey, even though you're not showing good results, his raw stuff is there. He is a flame-throwing pitcher, very talented, has not been able to control it, even at the upper minor league level. I think this guy is going to play somewhere. It probably won't be on the south side now, which has been a second blow to the White Sox farm system because just last week, Luis Gonzalez was removed from the 40-man roster. At the time, the big expectation was, hey, this guy's going to have shoulder surgery. He will go through the surgery, rehabilitation. He'll most likely re-sign with the White Sox. He actually got picked up by the San Francisco Giants just today. Which is amazing because they are willing to give him a 40-man roster spot. So Luis Gonzalez, who was our 16th overall prospect, he is going to be just occupying a 40-man spot in the San Francisco system as he rehabilitates a season-ending injury. So that's a surprise. The White Sox lost 2 of their top 16 prospects in the span of about 2 weeks. So looking back at last week, who got the playing time? It is all of the usual suspects. There's really no surprises on this one. Our regulars, Jose, Eloy, Cesar Hernandez, Tim Anderson, Yoan Moncada, Luis, Andrew Vaughn, those were all of the regular playing time people. Brian Goodwin, Sebi Zavala got most of the action, more than half of the games they appeared in. With Engel, who is out, picking up some time, along with Zach Collins, Jake Lamb. Danny Mendick will get a bit more playing time. So those will be your options this week. No offensive players got called up, even with Adam Engel hitting the injured list this week. So who am I going to pick? I was really leaning toward Luis. He has come out strong. He is absolutely back and ready to play, which is super exciting to see. And that I think is a safe bet. I think it's a good bet. But I'm going to go with a more fringy type player. Cesar Hernandez had a really terrible week last week. He only batted 136 on the week as a whole. A couple of guys batted over 400, and of course that is Jose and Eloy. They each batted over 400. Luis batted 300, and of course Tim Anderson batted 360, so he is definitely doing well as well. No home run bigger than that Field of Dreams home run. That's a highlight we're going to be seeing for the rest of our lives because that was such a big, awesome moment for baseball. Vaughn was at 250, respectable because he was mixing in power as he was hitting for a low average, but a low but respectable average. I think Cesar Hernandez is going to absolutely rebound. I like what I've seen out of him so far, except obviously last week was a really bad week. Obviously, I've got to acknowledge that. I think he's going to come back and right the ship. His combination of speed and pop is going to make him a formidable hitter this week. Yes, I'm going out on a limb. I like to do that. One last bit of business before we go. Let's see how Yasami Grandal is doing in his minor league assignment. And no, I do not have a Birmingham Barons hat, or I'd be switching it right now. In a short sample size, just 4 games, Yasmani is doing well. He has a very unusual for him batting line, where he has 4 hits in 4 games, and none of them are home runs or doubles. And in fact, he only has 1 walk in those 4 games. So while you might look at the batting average being 364, which obviously that's good, it is not what we're expecting from Yasmani Grandal. A 7.48 on base plus slugging. Obviously, I'm kind of joking around. These are all positive numbers. It's good to see him actively playing day in, day out right now. It should be just a matter of time, a very short matter of time before he's back up in the majors. And I'm not going to make excuses for the White Sox. It was terrible that we lost 2 out of 3 to the Twins and then 2 out of 3 to the Yankees. That said, I am happy that all 3 of those games against the New York Yankees, who are a very hot team right now, they came down to the wire at the very end. I hated seeing the White Sox relinquish leads. I hated seeing the White Sox leave men on base when we had a chance to push that winning run across. There are things to improve on, and this is the time to do that. I really do hope that the White Sox get used to playing at this high caliber of baseball against the best of the best as we are heading into the end of the season. Of course, coming off of playing the Yankees, we are heading into a 4-game set at home against Oakland. Please make your pick before the first pitch on Tuesday's game, 90s night, as you see. And then they will head to Tampa Bay for a 3-game set there. So the White Sox will be challenged as we are dealing with some pitching issues. Not only is Rodon on the injured list for a little bit, but we recently saw Dylan Cease, Lucas Giolito, even Dallas Keuchel. They had outings where they were not terrible, but they weren't as lights out as we'd like them to be. They were very inefficient when it came to their pitch counts and weren't able to go deep into a game at all, which puts strain on the bullpen, of course. There's not an off day again until August 30th. So let's see what the White Sox can do and what the offense can do. Can they pick up the pitching? That might need a little pick-me-up. So far, the pitching has carried the team so strong. It's time for the offense to pick up. Hopefully, we see some good baseball ahead of us. Play ball and go Sox.